Hello friends. In this video I want to talk to you about the very concept of breaking up. I recommend figuring out whether it truly marks the end of your relationship or if it's just another argument. Why is this important? In my practice, I've occasionally encountered situations where partners have broken up and I work with one of them. A week or two passes and they reconcile, continuing their lives together. It seems like a cause for celebration, but our work involves not only dealing with pain, but also addressing the feelings towards this specific partner. For some, the work we did together resulted in reduced dependency on the partner or a cooling of feelings towards them. Do you think the other partner is ready for the fact that they are now loved less? Therefore, I recommend that if you have truly ended the relationship, then proceed with the work. But if it's just a common quarrel, a sharp step towards breaking up, or a grievance, you can either engage in the self-work I propose in this video series or simply seek reconciliation. Sometimes people perceive a quarrel, conflict, or grievance as the end of a relationship. But it's merely an emotional peak, or I might say an emotional dead end. An emotional dead end is when what you want blocks what your partner wants and vice versa. Examples include differing views on vacations, cars, the number of children, cooking, work, and the quantity and quality of sex, among others. If you dig deep enough, you will surely find a dozen disagreements. Relationships often present forced solutions where you can't simply agree to disagree. You can't compromise, negotiate, or sometimes even communicate when you are at an impasse. For this reason, your disagreements may seem insurmountable, and one of you might decide to end the relationship. An emotional dead end is a normal and natural stage in the evolution of relationships and the individuals in them. Navigating through this impasse generates anxiety, anger, despair, feelings of rejection, and emotional pressure. It's challenging, but it's not a flaw. It enhances a person's resilience, making them stronger. This dead end is a natural training ground for those on the path to adulthood. If you don't understand or know how to handle it, the dead end can lead to a breakup. Considering that people often don't understand or know how to deal with it, it is likely the most significant reason for breakups worldwide. An impasse can be resolved, but it requires different strategies, not your usual ones. I won't discuss these strategies in this video about breakups since we have a different topic to cover, and I don't want to take up more of your time. Subscribe to see new videos where I will discuss and demonstrate strategies for communication in a relationship. A few more words on emotional dead ends. Signs of an emotional dead end include constant and repetitive arguments and conflicts, both in terms of topics and scenarios. The inability to agree to disagree on certain issues. Increased communication that provides no resolution and often worsens the situation. The sense of no possibility for compromise or negotiation, as your personal integrity is at stake. Attempts to apologize or make amends have ceased or are unsuccessful. Both partners often feel angry and harbor hurt feelings. Alienation and detachment from each other. Do you recognize these signs in your breakup? If so, consider weighing the pros and cons. Sometimes it's easier to restore and adjust a relationship by using the right strategies than to start anew or decide to remain without a relationship if things didn't work out. However, if you are determined that it's the end, or if your ex-partner has made that decision, continue watching all my videos in this series. They will surely help you. But we will delve into the topic of resentment in detail later on, and you'll gain a clear understanding. In any case, by working on yourself through this method, you can correct many things to prevent similar experiences from recurring in your life. A common question that arises is why it hurts so much after a breakup. The answer to this question also addresses why people form attachments to each other and what attachment truly is. Attachment, love, attraction, and similar feelings are always directed towards one person, though some people may feel them towards two at once or even struggle to manage feelings for three. Metaphorically, you can envision these feelings as threads extending from you to your ex-partner. You might have come across this analogy online. There's even a popular technique where you cut these threads to free yourself from dependency. It seems so simple, doesn't it? Why do people suffer for months then? Why not just snip the threads and be done with it? Unfortunately, this method doesn't work for most people. And even if it does, the threads tend to reappear within a few days, requiring the procedure to be repeated, continuing for months or even years. What's the issue here? The threads exist, and you can verify this by closing your eyes and imagining your connection with your ex-partner, assuming your imagination is intact. The thing is, these threads aren't just attached to your body. They are hooked onto something deeper that causes pain when partners part ways. That's the pain you're feeling now, which explains why it hurts so much. While imagery is useful, what's the logic behind it? These hooks are imaginary, of course. This metaphor simplifies understanding. Each hook represents a need, a fear, or a habit. Let's start with habits. If you've lived together or dated for a while, it takes just 3 weeks to form a habit. I'm sure your relationship lasted much longer, so those habits likely became a way of life. You developed a set routine for day and night, month after month, knowing what to expect and how everything would unfold. Occasionally, events might diverge from the routine, but it's usually insignificant. Habits like eating together, cooking for your partner, engaging in sex, sharing financial responsibilities, complaining, arguing, crying, laughing, confiding in each other, raising children, relaxing. Planning who will pick up the child from daycare, school, or activities, going to bed together or apart, preparing breakfast, saying goodbye and meeting after work, and so on. These habits have formed over time and you know them best. The brain loves consistency, and each habit is like a hook in your body. Whether you like it or not, when the time comes to perform one of these habits, like cooking breakfast for your partner, your brain automatically sends a signal through your neurons that it's time. At the same time, it realizes there's no one to cook for. And there's no new habit to replace the old one yet. This happens with all your habits. New ones haven't formed yet. What's the brain supposed to do? It loves habits. That's why it takes time to establish new ones, whether you're alone or with someone else. I hope that clarifies things about habits. However, habits aren't the main source of your pain. The second factor is that your needs are no longer being met. Identify your needs from the list that were fully or partially satisfied with your ex-partner. It will be more effective if you write them down separately on paper or your phone. Looking ahead, these are your weak and vulnerable spots that need addressing, so you don't form attachments, and most importantly, to stop suffering now and in the future if another breakup occurs. Here is an incomplete list of needs, but it covers the most essential ones. Needs for security and survival, food, water, clothing, shelter, and so on. Needs for pleasure, enjoyment, and reproduction, sex, procreation, and so on. Needs for comfort, respect, and recognition. Needs for love, kindness, care, friendship, and acceptance. Needs for self-expression, communication, closeness, openness, creativity, inspiration, ideas, harmony, order, and beauty. Needs for knowledge, understanding the world and exploration. needs for self-actualization, achieving personal goals, developing abilities, personal growth, and finding meaning in life. As you can see, all these needs are personal to you. A partner is merely a means to fulfill these needs. If you were thinking about caring for your partner, that too is your need to care for someone. Isn't that something you were missing? If any of your needs were met by or with the help of your ex-partner, these needs are the hooks within you. The threads extending from these hooks to your ex-partner are the memories and habitual thoughts of your brain that these needs were met by that particular partner. You might be able to cut those threads, but the needs remain relevant and unmet. And the last person who fulfilled them was your ex-partner. That's why the attachment is specifically to them, and why the threads tend to reappear. The third factor influencing attachment and pain is fear. Many of your needs, which also serve as hooks, stem from these fears. For example, the fear of being alone can create needs for communication, care, acceptance, and similar things. The fear of being abandoned might lead to needs for security, survival, communication, acceptance, and more. The fear of being unwanted can create needs for respect, recognition, and closeness among others. Many needs are rooted in specific fears you've already encountered in life. By removal the fear, the needs often fall away on their own. That's the idea. How to overcome these fears? I'll discuss that in future videos. In this video, I want to explain the reasons behind attachment and pain. Without self-knowledge, practical self-work is meaningless. Another thing that happens is the collapse of your beliefs. For instance, you might have believed that you'd be with this person for life, that people marry only once, that love is singular and everlasting. That there would never be a second family, that no one would love you as this person did, or that your life should only include a complete family, and so on. These are beliefs that might have crumbled after the breakup. Of course, you have your own beliefs, which may be true for you but false for others. There are no beliefs that are universally accepted. Some might find your beliefs foreign. For example, the famous composer Maxim Dunevsky advocates that 7 marriages are perfectly acceptable and that love lasting 3 years is normal. If you disagree with such a lifestyle, that's also normal. Everyone chooses how to live according to their own laws and rules. I just want to point out that you're suffering from beliefs that don't allow you to navigate the breakup flexibly and in a way that benefits you. Most beliefs that people hold are false or not entirely true. I would even go as far as to say that all beliefs you have are false, but that's another topic that I won't delve into in this video. You formed these beliefs because at some point you thought they were the most suitable for your life goals, plans, and expectations. But do all your expectations come true? Honestly, not all of them do. Far from it. Most of them don't. From small expectations like assuming how a dish will taste before eating it, and then finding out it tastes different, to the larger expectations about your partner and life with them. Each expectation is built on a belief. For example, you will understand if you complete these sentences. Every woman, man in a relationship should. If a person loves, then love is. Family is. All men. All women. A loving person never. A loving person always. And so on with hundreds of similar beliefs. Each of these beliefs shapes your expectations, and when they aren't met, they can contribute to your suffering. If you were to write the continuation of each sentence in the comments, you'd see that while some beliefs are similar, others are quite different. This highlights how diverse we all are, including your partner, who had their own beliefs that might differ from yours, either slightly or significantly. Don't assume how they would complete these sentences. Partners are often shocked by how differently they perceive these and other issues. If you were curious, you might ask your partner and get an answer, at least about some of these beliefs. People argue, break up, and fall apart due to their inflexibility in beliefs. Psychologists refer to this as rigidity. Think about the conflicts with your ex-partner, if there were any. They often revolve around the same themes. What do you think this is? Is your partner stubborn? Or is it you? Or both of you? Flexibility in beliefs and reactions is key to maintaining good relationships and coping well after they end. This method will help increase your flexibility. As for your current state, if you are not sleeping well, have a disrupted appetite, or feel scattered, these are a result of the hormone cortisol, the stress hormone. Your body and brain are under immense strain, reacting as if facing something extremely terrifying, almost like a life or death situation. In response, your body releases a significant amount of cortisol, keeping you alert and tense. However, this state is fabricated, literally created by your own thoughts. It's your thoughts triggering the state you're in. I'll prove this to you later. You want to believe the flexibility of your emotional brain. The insomnia, loss of appetite, and distraction you're experiencing will pass. There is an explanation for your current state, and for every explanation, there's a process to understand why it happens and how to overcome it. It's important to realize that a breakup might feel like a breakdown, but a breakdown can be a breakthrough. A breakthrough into something new, which isn't always frightening. Sometimes it's simply unknown. It's a breakthrough of a weak spot that has surfaced after the breakup. This weak spot has always been there even during the relationship, and it relates to dependency. Now that this weak spot has been revealed, you have the opportunity to strengthen it. This is a chance to make yourself stronger, better, and different from who you were in this relationship or past ones. I will do my best to help you with this. I ask for your full participation. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything.